All of this is part of a group called the Astromech. We are builders of Star Wars droids. We actually have a partnership with Disney. They get a lot of requests for charity events and other commercial endeavors that want Star Wars to show up at their store, grand openings, or a lot of times it's more like children's hospitals and other charities. And you know, they only make a couple droids for the movies, and they're not fully functional because they're made for each scene. So they've actually partnered with fan clubs, and we build full replica screen accurate droids, and we provide the droids to those charity events. So if you call in and ask Disney, hey, we would like, do you have any way of having some Star Wars characters show up at our hospital or show up at this grand opening or whatever it is, they actually reach out to the local chapter of the fan groups, and we're the actual ones who are providing the droids. And that's what I'm doing. So right now the club is trying to figure out how to build BB-8. And this is one design, and we're getting to put them together right now, and hopefully we'll have some success. I'm in the process of putting together the outer frame for BB-8. So BB-8 was the kind of the star droid in the latest Force Awakens film. He's a ball droid, a rolling ball droid, which it's mechanically, it's a little challenging to get a balanced ball to, under control, roll around. And so we're in the process of constructing an outer frame. This will ultimately be the 20-inch sphere that makes up BB-8's body. And it's going to go around the internals I have over there, which is the control system that will actually allow you to turn and rotate this droid under control. His dome sits on top of this body. It actually is on casters on wheels. It's held together with magnets below that keep his dome on his head. So as the body rotates, his dome actually rotates the opposite direction on top. Let's see if I can figure out how I'm going to get this around. I was hoping I left enough space to do it. As you can see, it's going to be a very tight fit. Ultimately, what you're seeing here is the outer frame will ultimately mount to this inner frame. And you're seeing what a BB-8 looks like mechanically, for it all has all the finishes on it. I'm going to need some spacers to get that to mount correctly, but overall, the good news is all the components are clearing. So there could be worse news. So it looks like my speakers are going to be fine. Looks like everything will ultimately come together. It's a good deal. We try to do screen accurate droids, so obviously R2-D2, the blue droid, is the most popular, and many of the builders build R2-D2. I happen to be a little bit, try to do something a little bit different, so I built R2-X2. You have your own what's called system language. It's a way of communicating between all these different control boards so that one board can tell another board what to do. And in this case, we use what's called serial commands. That's the protocol. That's the system we use to send the commands. And then these have their own command sets that they understand when you send it. The language itself is actually Arduino. It's a C-based language. It's what you actually write the control language with. So when you actually get into droid building, probably the most interesting thing about this is all the skills it combines. So if you like to do programming, there's a bunch of programming, because all of this is code that you write that say, when these events occur, what should I do with all these other control systems? So there's coding involved. There's electrical involved. As you see, you need to be able to do wiring, so you can wire up all these systems and deliver power to them. So that's involved. There's machining involved. In essence, creating all these parts and all these pieces requires a physical design skill to create the parts. There's mechanical engineering. There's a lot of forces you need to figure out. How do things rotate? How do things turn? How much power do I need in my motors to get this thing to move back and forth? So there's a lot of mechanical engineering involved, electrical engineering involved, software engineering involved. It actually combines a lot of disciplines. And when you look at the club, we actually have people from all those disciplines. So every part you see on this droid, every system you see was fan-built. You don't need to know every one of these. You bring what you can to the table, and then other people help you with the other pieces. So we all build our own droids, but we work as a community, kind of combining our different engineering skills to design and build these. That's how you build an R2 unit.
In a struggle against the Empire. I regret that I am unable to present my father's request to you in person, but my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission will bring me to Alderaan, Spain.